Hello, my doves. Welcome to my temple. Let's all collectively take a deep breath. Okay, settle in, get cozy, maybe get a journal to take some notes and take in these messages that I'm about to give you. If you are here for the first time, my name is Jacqueline Sevenstar. I've been a professional tarot reader for over 16 years and communicating with spirit for more than 20. So what I like to do is use my gift of clear sight to give you messages that you need to hear right now in this moment. These messages are timeless, and maybe all messages may not resonate for you. Just remember, if it feels right in your body, you know that it's for you. Okay, so if you come across this video, these messages are for you. And I hope that I'm able to give these messages clearly, just because a lot of information came through. I got a lot of numbers. I got a lot of higher mind, higher vibrational concepts. So I'm really speaking to those of you that are mystics, healers, physicians. I always say physicians can mean many things. I always call myself a practical physician, meaning mystical concepts that have been grounded into reality. And you'll kind of see that as I'm talking, because I'm one of those people that when I hear messages and I'm hearing words, I want to know how we can use them and embody them and act on them in a relevant daily way. So again, your healers, your practical physicians, artisans, people who create, but even if you're, none of those things, for some reason you are meant to hear this message and you are ready to hear this message. And I'm really calling this the state of coherence. So I'm going to give you a phrase that I hear repeated a lot this is what we are dissecting today. It's not my favorite phrase, and I will tell you why, but it's getting paid to exist. And I call this state of coherence. Saying getting paid to exist to me is just the tip of the iceberg. And then beneath the water is all of this growth and all of this expansion and all of these concepts. For me personally, the way I look at state of coherence and getting paid to exist is understanding the Kabbalah tree of life and the different spheres of experiences and holding them in our body as source energy, as healed energy, for things to naturally support us. And so that is what we're talking about today, is that state of coherence. You are basically the healed one that radiates healing by existing. And so what might have brought you here is an extremely challenging moment in your life. You might have feel tested to your limits in order to get you to fully understand and embody what state of coherence means, how to hold that one I am God energy within so that you are supported to bring your dreams into existence and create your own reality. No big deal. So this video is going to look a little different from our other videos just because it feels kind of academic in a way, but there are some messages sprinkled in there as well. So sit down, buckle up. Let's kind of get into it. So what is kind of like the very first thing if we're being tested by our limits? Or maybe we're coming out of a traumatic experience of any kind. How do we get into embodying oneness and harmony? And this is where I like to speak on practical terms. That means that if there are any limiting thoughts and beliefs confronting them, and it's also transcending discordant emotions. So if you have thoughts that are circulating in your mind that are circumventing your love and your freedom, write them down, think about it, and bring yourself back to source energy. That same goes with discordant emotions. Especially when it comes to the past, if you're dwelling on the past a lot and replaying it, because rightfully so, it was a lot. that can cause disharmony in our energetic body. And this is not for me to tell you to where you're getting anxious now about, like, oh my God, what am I carrying around with me at all the times? Am I blocking myself from my own abundance? Try and remove yourself from those thoughts and remember that these practices are for your joy and your pleasure. It's not work. This is how to be supported for doing things you love and having love in all aspects of your life. So try not to think in terms of getting worked up that you are worked up, because if you are, it's a good sign. That means like you're getting stirred up to be a master of your own creation. And if you're feeling more stirred up than usual, that means that you are really growing vibrationally. And that's another message that I received, is like, anyone who's listening to this right now, your vibration is raising. So we're just going to pause for a second and celebrate that. Our vibration is raising. Hallelujah. We've done some work. Great job. We've moved through some very challenging things. If you saw the last video, we talked about that 555 portal. So if you're along with me, this is kind of like saying congratulations. You're really embodying that energy. And this is just kind of clearing things up so that you have a deeper understanding of how you can act on a daily basis to bring the support that you're looking for in your life, and feeling supported to do the things that you love to do, thriving, not surviving. So what is something that, besides just confronting our thoughts and our beliefs and confronting our emotions and letting them go, I'm going to give you 2 exercises that you can do to bring yourself back to center very easily. And the number 1 is chanting. So this is one of my favorite things to do. And the word Elohim is I am God. So it's almost like a reminder to your body when you're chanting it, that no matter what you're feeling right now, no matter what you're thinking, you can always align with the perfect source energy, and you can hold it and you can be it. And chanting Elohim, however that feels comfortable to you, you can literally feel that vibration and that light being drawn down into your body. And sometimes just receiving it, just sitting in your space and receiving that light and seeding that energy within you is enough. And prayer as well. Prayer helps me a lot. Remaining in my devotion and drawing down that light and asking for assistance reminds us of our oneness and energy as well. Like, we cannot be separated from what we want. It's only in our mind that separates us from what it is that we desire. So you can chant Elohim and say those prayers. The second most powerful thing that you can do is not understanding that there is a perfect energy source that you can connect to at any time. There is the power of mercy, forgiveness, and compassion. This is going to be your most powerful tool to get yourself back into center, so that no matter what you're facing, maybe you can't pay a bill, maybe somebody you thought that would be in your life forever is leaving you. What can you do to bring yourself back into your energy and to remember that you are not in lack, that you deserve love and you're worthy of love, and you can recognize that we are all one and that nothing separates us. And even if somebody is doing something against you, remember, it's not about you, right? It's about them. It's their mirror. And it's easier said than done. I understand that. But also, what can really help is understanding that that forgiveness is one of the most powerful energies that you can embody to receive support, to get paid to exist. So, and not just that, but self-love as well. That can bring you back into that source energy, because it's that universal love vibration that raises you to the highest expression and will bring support and opportunities your way just by seeding that type of energy. And there's a quote that I always love to say, and that is, "You are a light of God, whole and innocent, all is forgiven and released." So you are a light of God, whole and innocent, all is forgiven and released. It's this paradox that there is a part of us that is always whole because we are a part of Source. And so sometimes saying that and even forgiving ourselves and forgiving others aligns us with that universal love, that universal vibration that helps us see that light within us. And so if you've ever heard these terms, Christ consciousness, the chosen one, or getting paid to exist, this is kind of practically what that means. It means that you are holding that love, mercy, and compassion for yourself and for others because you recognize you are one. You are also understanding that you can heal yourself at any time on all levels. I'm going to say that one more time. You can heal yourself at any time, at any moment, on all levels, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. And so if you can call yourself healed and do everything that you need to do to feel as if you are whole and healed and full of love, then do so. And that is how you are the chosen one. And so those statements and those sentences to me are very loaded because I think that it seems simple, right? And hearing them is good to be exposed to these ideas, but how do we embody that? What is that really? What is Christ consciousness and why do we want to hold that light? We want it because we want everyone to be free and liberated, to not feel as if they are not seen or heard or valued or loved, that there's something that you have to offer the world and it's natural to you and you have it in you to express, and we want everyone to express that. So that's kind of number one about Christ consciousness, so that there isn't so much strife in the world. And I know that we're dealing with quite a lot of conflict and tension, and that is why it is so important that those of us that are listening to this video do that kind of work. And what else is that about is that you are the healed one. And so you just radiate light just by existing. That healing energy that you carry with you because you are healed and you decided to sign up and do your healing, it heals others just by being in your presence. And that is Christ consciousness. And it's not an easy thing to do. And to embody, truly embody and understand the intelligence of God and to embody it in itself and do it on the daily basis is for the very rare few. So if you're listening to that or this, you are one of those rare few. And I'm sure you've heard this in YouTube several times. There's a reason why. And so that's what it means. And in order to, like I said, hold this energy, the amount of initiations that we have to go through in order to truly understand and embody that on all levels is arduous. And a lot of ancient mystics have talked about it. A lot of hermetics, those like in the Order of the Golden Dawn and Kabbalah, they understand, they call it the 32 paths of wisdom in the Kabbalah tree of life, to understand the varying experiences and tests and trials and initiations that we must go through in order to fully embody this. Because it's not as simple as someone to tell you it, right? And no one can tell you that journey either. You have to go through it yourself. So you are here because you went through that journey. There's the tip of the iceberg that people are meeting you when they see you, but way beneath the surface are all of those trials, all of those initiations that you went through naturally. You don't have to know anything about what I'm speaking to embody that energy. And don't ever let anyone ever tell you that you don't have the power and authority to initiate yourself into any type of experience. And so I know the people that I am speaking to right now have gone through these initiations. And so now you're here to kind of refine on a daily basis because you've gotten to that level where you can really hold that light and start to see your manifestations and start understanding what it is to be flow and to be fully supported. And so the last couple of things I kind of want to talk about with that is positivity and optimism. So positivity begets more positivity. Optimism begets more optimism. So you can be healed, know that you can heal yourself at any time in the moment and hold that healing energy. You can have compassion and mercy for yourself. You can confront limiting thoughts and beliefs and confront discordant emotions, but you can also embody this energy by finding ways, how can I remain positive? So anytime that you find yourself feeling negative about something, find a way that you can feel positive and optimistic about your experiences. And not just that, but believe in yourself and harness your full potential. Nobody is going to believe in you like you can believe in you. And so it's almost like a muscle that we have to build in order to believe in ourselves. And not just that, is I'm really feeling like a lot of the people that are listening here are very clairvoyant. You have clear sight. I don't think this is news to you. If it is, do everything you can to start using your gifts, because it is, I mean, if you're here, you have powerful sight and you're meant to use it. And so that's another thing about, how do we embody Christ consciousness, source energy? How do we get supported just by existing? It is holding the energy, being our healed selves, being positive and compassionate, and not just that, but staying positive about everything and optimistic. And finally, which is what I was really trying to get to, is trusting your inner voice and trusting your sight. It means pouring into yourself. So, no matter what anybody says or what anybody thinks, you're not listening to any external influences. You're just listening to your own inner instincts and your own inner vision. And that comes from a very strong connection to source and a connection with self and really trusting yourself. And so that is why when you hear these things about Christ consciousness and being supported exist, it's like, great. But in order to get all that, these are the things you have to understand and embody on a daily basis. And it's just not as simple as waking up and being able to do it the next day. But it is that simple, which is the paradox. So I'm going to take a deep breath, because I know that we've gone through a lot of information, and I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to get a little academic here, just because I did notice what we're talking about, and some of the numbers that I received in my messages added it up to a gematria number. And so for those of you who don't know what gematria is, it's basically like you can assign numbers to Hebrew letters, and basically they add up to certain Hebrew words that kind of make a lot of sense. And definitely look it up if you're interested. But I got in my cards I got 243, which means Ani Elohim, which is I am God, so remember that, and chant Elohim, and that 243 is 3 to the 5th. So that means mature creation, structural manifestation, spiritual breath taking form. So it's basically where you are right now, is you are holding all of the energy and all of your vast experiences, that beautiful healed energy of yourself, that positivity, and that really high vibrational connection. And you're bringing it into everything that you do that is absolutely from your true voice and your true inner voice. And it's going to be that breath of God is going to breathe in and help you manifest these things. So no matter what, so you're basically using your will with the breath of God and creating. So that's where the I am God, and why vibrating Elohim right now would be really good. And then I got 254, which is compassion. If you kind of like look at all the different words in gematria that add to 254. And so if you can kind of think about that in terms of where you're free in the void, and I call this the moon. It's like embodying this moon energy, where you recognize that you're being guided by moonlight at all times now. Like you don't have as much certainty as you used to. And so you're literally holding that connection that you have doing everything that you can to remember that connection as much as you possibly can, following that inner voice, following your love, and bringing your dreams into existence. It's absolutely beautiful energy. So if you've gotten here, I'm so proud of you and congratulations. It's not an easy thing to do. And for those of you who also like Kabbalah, I'm seeing a lot of Yesod energy, a lot of 9, which is also that moon energy, which is why things may feel uncertain. And there may be some things in your life that don't match your inner vibration. And so what I really got and what I want to end it on is this is straight from source itself. Hold tight. Hold tight. Invest in yourself. Stay disciplined. Stay strong. Stay in your power. Stay in your love. Gently guide your will and your desires. And I promise you, you will be supported. That hand of God is part of the equation. That's that getting paid to exist and embodying that healed love, that state of coherence. So my beautiful, beautiful angels, be the healed one that radiates healing by existing. And I know personally what it means to embody that energy. And man, is it about to get good for you. I am so excited for you guys, and I'm excited for this collective. And as always, the flame in me walks beside the flame in you, and may you rise in joyful fire.